everybody, I'm Amber Ryan and welcome to my channel. Today is going to be TBR Clue for February, and that means TBR Clue has been around for a full year here on my channel. Last February in 2023 is when I made my game board and all of its miniature books and pieces, and it's wild to think about that it's been a full year. It's come full circle and it's just been wild. So it's been a fun journey and I'm very excited to continue with it, but it's just wild to me that I've been doing this for a year now. But it's been fun. It's been a great time. So let's just get into this month's TBR Clue. So this month I did kind of aim for the series that I've already started. I'm trying to make some more progress with those and make some leeway. I'm trying to finish up some series and check them off my list, and so you will see some of those. Yeah, so the game ended up being pretty fun. It was kind of simple this month, not too difficult. So let's get into that. Alrighty, roll number 1. 8. We are in the mystery room. Perfect room to start this month off in. I'm excited. Alright, let's see how many spaces we get. 5, 1, or 6. Okay, so I could get the lantern bonus if I want to. That one's kind of a riskier bonus to grab, honestly, because it's much older books that I've had on my shelves for a long time, and I have no idea what I will grab out of the lantern terrarium. So, being that it's the first roll, I may just take it simple, like keep it simple, and go for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ooh, making a mess of things. Okay. Some of these books are falling apart at this point. Okay. I believe that is book 12. Okay. Book 12 is a book set in winter. Okay. Roll 1, I did end up in the mystery room, which is a very promising room to start the game off in. I ended up with book number 12, which is a book set in winter. Now this is one of the series books that I chose for this month. Okay, so this is the latest in the series that came out this year, or I guess 2023. The Last Devil to Die. This is a Thursday Murder Club. Okay, yeah, a Thursday Murder Club mystery. I don't know why I was adding a bunch of S's in there. And it is 358 pages long. It is the latest in the series, so I'm very excited. I've really enjoyed this series, and I've basically read each book as it has came out, and this one's I've been lingering on for a while. I just haven't got around to it, so I'm glad to finally get the chance to read this one. So it is also a newer book to my shelves, so I'm very excited to get my hands on it. And it does say, I believe it takes place in December. I did go ahead and peek, like at first, there's some like journal entries from one of the characters, and they are dated in December at the beginning of the book. So I'm saying that this takes place in winter. So if it doesn't, then don't hold it against me. I'm just going off of, because I didn't want to spoil it for me. I just checked the front of the book. So yeah, it worked out pretty well that it was this book. So works perfectly for the prompt. I'm really looking forward to it. Alright, off to a great start. Let's see what room we end up in. Roll number 2. That is a 6. Fantasy. Alright, not bad. Let's see how much we get to move around. Oh, 2 and 5. So that is 2, 5, or 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. See if I can grab it without destroying everything. Book 26. An author with 3 names. All right. Roll number 2 was in the fantasy room. I ended up with book number 26, which is an author with 3 names. Now this one is another book I chose to basically continue a series with that I've already started. I kind of stretched this one. This author includes her middle initial on the covers. She goes with her middle initial, Jennifer L. Armentrout, so I am counting that. And this one is Torn. It is the sequel to Wicked, and it is the second book in a Wicked trilogy. So I literally am, once I read this one, I'll only have 1 left in the trilogy to read, so I really just wanted to continue on with that while the first one was still fresh in my mind, and so I'm very excited, and I know my sister will be very proud because this is her favorite author of all time. And so yes, I'm finally going to be continuing with this one. I'm really looking forward to it. It's going to be, this one is 355 pages long, so it's only like 3 pages shorter than The Last Devil to Die. So, roll number 3. Where are we gonna go? Which room? Which room? 1. Okay. So that is the nostalgia room. Haven't been there in a long time. Okay. 3, 5, or 8 spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Book 60. A cover set outdoors. I feel like we've had this one recently. Roll number 3 was in Nostalgia Room. I ended up with book 60, which is basically like one of the last books made. And it has to have a cover set outdoors. So for this one, usually the Nostalgia Room is books that are basically middle-aged books, or books that I've read in my childhood, or you know, books that I've read previously that I want to reread. This one, I'm kind of stretching it. This is a book that I've wanted to reread for a while. It's one of my all-time favorite books. The cover is set outdoors, and it's by one of my favorite authors. The Sundown Motel by Simone St. James. This one has a 5-star rating for me. It's one of my all-time favorites. I've been wanting to just reread it just for the heck of it for a while, and I honestly took it with me on my trip to Baltimore last year, and of course that didn't pan out. I never read it, so now I'm getting the chance to reread it now, and I'm very excited to reread it because I really enjoyed this one, and this time I can be looking for stuff that I didn't maybe notice before. So it'll be a fun one to reread, and I'm actually really looking forward to it, and it'll be a really chill time, just enjoying myself and having a good time with it. Roll number 4. 5. Romance. Alright, let's see how much we get to move around. 3, 3. That is doubles. That adds an extra roll to the end of the game. So it's 3 or 6 spaces. Now, of course, we still have the Love Potion bonus in this room. We have 2 books left that are currently wrapped. Considering I unwrapped one last month, I don't know if I want to unwrap one this month. But it is the romance month with Valentine's Day, so we shall see. You know, I'm just going to take the easy route. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That number blends in there, but that is book 53. About a quest to find a lost or hidden object. Okay, that'll be interesting. Okay, so roll number 4 was in the romance room. I ended up with book number 53, which is a book with a quest to find a lost or hidden object. Now that is a tough prompt. I don't think I realized how tough that prompt would be when I made that one. So I did have to like maneuver this one a little bit. It makes sense though. The prompt makes sense for this book. Love, Life, and the List by Casey West. I have read one of her books before here on the channel. I believe it was The Places We've Never Been. I actually have also The Fill-In Boyfriend, I believe is also written by her. But yes, I have a few of her books on hand. So this one is basically about a 17-year-old. She's hit summer and she makes this list. It's kind of like a bucket list in a way for her to help her with her art. And it kind of helps her. She wants to find love during the summer. And so I feel like that's a quest in a way to find something. So I felt like it fit the prompt in that you know, in that sense. So hopefully this one will count. Please don't judge me harshly if it doesn't. But this one is 374 pages long. I feel like I'll really enjoy this one, and it should be an easy, like refreshing, cozy kind of read for me, kind of like Sundown Motel will be. So I look forward to it. I think I'll enjoy it. I enjoyed the last one I read by this author. So yeah, a simple, refreshing romance. Roll number 5. 2. The Adventure Room. Okay. 6 and 3. So 6, 3, or 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Just gonna knock that one out of the way. We're really close to the compass bonus. So if I end up back in this room, there's a big chance I could get it. But for this round, we have book 13, a book with an animal on the cover. Roll number 5 was in the Adventure Room. Now, if you remember last year, Adventure Room was the cursed room for me. I could never find proper books to fit that genre that would fit the prompts. I really struggled last year with that. Luckily this year it hasn't been that bad. I was more prepared. So I ended up in the Adventure Room a couple of times this game, and for this one I ended up with book, I believe, number 13, and which has to have an animal on the cover. And this is a book you've seen before here on the channel, and I didn't quite get it to it during Redemption Month either last year. And I actually had it on July's TBR of last year for my birthday month because I really wanted to read it, but I was in New Orleans and I had so much going on that month that I never got around to it, and it's a thicker book. The Strange Inheritance of Leah Fern by Rita Zoe Chin. So this is the one, and it has an elephant on the cover. It's like an elephant figurine, so hey, it counts towards the prompt. As you can tell, it is a thicker book. I wasn't scared of thicker books for this month. However, it's only 386 pages long, so the depth is just very deceiving on this one, I feel like. I was hoping it'd be at least over 400 so I could meet one of my bingo squares, but it was not. It's 386. But I think it'll be a very fun read. It'll be very interesting, and it's different than what I usually read. So that's kind of what I was aiming for. I'm looking for different, unique, you know. So I look forward to trying this one out. Alright, roll number 6. Which room? Which room? 0, so re-roll. 0, come on. If I get another 0, I'm just picking the room. 2. So we're back in the Adventure Room. Okay. how much we get to move. 4, 1, or 5. This is perfect. I already know where we're going to go, and you do too. Alright. I mean, easy as pie, right? 1. Okay, so again, we have the compass bonus, which means I get to spin a wheel for what book I get to read this month. Alright, so this is going to be the fun part of the video. This is when we are going to spin the wheel. So, for roll number 6, I ended up back in the adventure room for the second time in this game, and I got the compass bonus, which means I get to spin a wheel with some titles on it and see what it chooses for me to read this month. Now, this month I did put 8 titles on the wheel, 2 from each genre, I believe. Each of the genres that I'm more interested in right now. So I believe we're going to start off with 2 fantasy books. I have Spellbound by F.T. Lukens. This one just keeps showing up. I'm going to keep going for it. This one is The Haunted by Jessica Verde. It is the sequel to The Hollow. So like I said, I'm trying to conquer some series right now. It is a thicker book, but I'm really just trying to conquer my series right now, so this had to be on there. And then we have my 2 fiction books. Postcards from Summer by Cynthia Platt, and The Summer of Lost Letters by Hannah Reynolds. 2 very similar looking books. They sound very similar, honestly, but they sound very interesting and very up my alley, so I'm really, if I get either of these, I will be very thrilled. Any of these this month, I'll be thrilled to get, honestly. So, I feel like I'll enjoy reading any of these. Next are my 2 horror books. One is by my all-time favorite author, Darcy Coates. It's her latest, Where He Can't Find You. I pre-ordered this one and still haven't had a chance to read it, so there's that one. All of these seem to be thicker books as well. And Episode 13 by Craig DeLuey. This one was on last month's Spin the Wheel as well, so maybe we'll land on it this month. And finally is our 2 romance books. Finally, The Fine Print by Lauren Asher. It's back again. This will be starting a series that I've been dying to read for a while. I own the whole series. So I really want to finally tackle this one. And like I said, I'm conquering series, so this was one that I wanted on there. And Lore Olympus, which is a graphic novel, so it'll be kind of different and unique, and I'm really looking forward to seeing the artwork and enjoying the story. So this one is by Rachel Smith. Let's do it. What's it gonna be? Ooh, Postcards from Summer. Alright, Postcards from Summer by Cynthia Platt. This is a very thick one. Ooh, so this one is like in the 500 page range. 60 chapters. Okay, I underestimated this one. Okay, so I believe there's 566 pages in this book. So it'll be a very interesting read. I think it'll be very fun, but I have to carve out like at least 3 to 4 days to conquer this one. So I'll have to prepare myself. But I actually really do look forward to this one. It's been on my shelf for a while. The design is gorgeous. It has a pretty cover, and I'm just really looking forward to something different as well. So I think it'll be a fun journey. So this one could have been an adventure book, honestly. So it'll be fun. Okay, now unless I get doubles for this next roll, this will be the last roll of the game. Roll number 7. Which room? 4. Historical, okay. 4, 2. So 4, 2, or 6 spaces in historical. Historical is always a tough room to film because it's on the far back of the board. Okay. We have 4 books as options. Got 4, 2, or 6 spaces. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Book 1. Wow, okay. A book with a pretty cover. Okay. And for our last roll of this month's game, roll number 7, we ended up in the historical room with book number 1, believe it or not. The first book ever made, which is a book with a pretty cover. Now, historical, I didn't have very many books left in my historical genre that I currently have on hand, and I've been trying to save myself from not buying any because I just did a book haul. So, I just basically went with what I already had, and I chose another Simone St. James book, and this is one I haven't read yet, The Haunting of Maddie Clare. Is it a pretty cover? Debatable, but I only really had a couple different historical books to choose from, and honestly, this is one that I've been wanting to read. It's by one of my favorite authors, so I just kind of went for it. It is based in 1920s England, so it does count as historical. However, this one is more like a ghost story than it is historical romance or whatever, so I think it'll be a fun one. I think I'll enjoy it. It is 318 pages long, so pretty average, so it goes great with the rest of this month's TBR, which means the thickest book I have to read this month is Postcards from Summer that I just picked on the wheel. So, in the 500 page range. I didn't even know that. So, this should be a fun month for reading. I'm really looking forward to it, and I hope you guys are too. I hope you guys have a great month of reading ahead of you, and I'm just really looking forward to it. And yes, so thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. TBR Clue has been around for a full year now, and it blows my mind. So thank you guys for joining me on this journey, and I hope to see you guys in the next video. Bye!